Hey guys, Jeff aka GCurse here. Time for another unboxing and review video. Uh, this unboxing and review has been one I've been kind of struggling to get out of the door basically, simply because I feel that this figure should not have been released right now. But the thing is, if you hear a lot of people on YouTube, they're going to say, "Oh, this is a good figure. This is a good figure." The figure is actually, it does have promise. However, I think it could have used a few more months in the oven, as it said. But then again, when it is a tie-in product and basically it has its own release because of it being tied to a video game, I guess I have to kind of understand why they released it now, although I still wish that they just took a little bit of extra time. Who am I talking about? Well, you'll find out pretty quickly right after these upcoming commercials.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
You're a hyperdriver, so you know what speed's about. You're a hyperdriver, turn it on and go flat out. They're fast, race them at hyper speeds on their high-performance track set. Batteries not included. You're a hyperdriver, feel those hyper tires spin. You're a hyperdriver, you've got the speed to win. Conga hyperdrivers are hyper fast, hyper tough. They're ready to race right out of the box. New Tonga hyperdrivers high performance track set. You put track together. Hyperdrivers also sold separately.
Now, do not get me wrong. I did not buy this figure or the set with the intent on just hating on it. I really wanted there to be something there to get, getting me excited basically. However, the longer this figure or the set basically sat in pre-order, the more I found myself just not really caring for it that much. And today, what I am reviewing, it is one half of the Transformers Reactivate 2-pack, Starscream and Bumblebee. This review is going to focus on Starscream. And like I said, overall, I did not want to hate the figure, but the more I looked at this figure before I even got it in my hands, I just realized that this thing needed more time in the oven. So let's continue on, shall we? So I bought this 2-pack from Amazon. It is an Amazon exclusive. It retails for $62.99. Shipping, taxes, all that will vary from location to location. I actually pre-ordered both this pack and the Optimus Prime and Soundwave pack. So that's why I don't have like the full total, because the entire total is based around what the entire pack is, and not just this one. This figure is actually, I think it is an all new mold. I don't think that they used anything from previous releases of Starscream. What you see here, and by the way, if you're curious, I do have the figure. It's right here. This, I just brought out, War for Cybertron Earthrise Starscream, because even though, he's not perfect, I think he is a pretty damn good mainline Starscream. So I just wanted, to kind of compare these two figures. So basically, as you can see, that they're totally different characters. Nothing seems to really be be recycled at all from, previous releases of Starscream. Uh-oh, hold on. I thought I had it on. Hold on. Why is it not on loop? Hold on, let's see here. Oh, no, come on. Really? You're going to do this to me? Okay, there's photos. And then, boom, boom. Okay, there you go. So, like I said, it doesn't seem like anything has, like that they carried over anything. In fact, one of the things I noticed was, for some reason, even though he's a Decepticon, they gave him blue eyes. And I know you really can't see it in any of these videos, but he has blue eyes. but he still has a Decepticon symbol. So going by what I know from the limited information of the game, I'm wondering if he was basically, like deactivated and then they reactivated him, thus the name Transformers Reactivate, and they switched his program from being a Decepticon to an Autobot, but even though he still has the Decepticon. Okay, so that was it for the unveiling. When I return, it will be with the unboxing portion of this video, so stay tuned and I'll be right back.
In precious places, everything happens when I use my magic key.
In precious places, the key makes things happen. Watch and you will see.
People move. The lights turn on.
Just use your precious places key.
In precious places, everything happens when I use my magic key.
The Precious Places Ballet Studio, Wedding Chapel, and Pet Shop. Sold separately, batteries not included. From Fisher-Price.
Little baby bubbles. She bubbles everywhere. Feed her and hug her and comb her pretty hair. Squeeze her tiny hand and she bubbles just for you.
The Baby Bubbles doll, new from Ideal.
Okay, so I hope that you are enjoying this review, even though not much has really happened yet. But if you're not enjoying it, why have you made it this far? You do not have to stay and watch these videos if you don't like. That's totally cool with me. Anyway, so what came in the unboxing, or what came with the boxing? For some reason, I thought I took some more photos, but apparently I didn't. And then I seem to have thrown away the box without realizing it. So I don't have the box to really give a full detail of what the box looks like. I did do Amazon deliveries where I got this set, so you can always watch the deliveries video. I will put it in the description here when I get a chance, when I get this uploaded. But anyway, so the box, it's actually pretty fucking generic. I even said it when I did the Amazon deliveries of Optimus Prime and Soundwave yesterday. These boxes just do not look that good. I'm sorry. One of the major things I find about this box, from what I understand from the game itself, when you don't really see anything, I think the game is going to be more like possibly like action / RPG, possibly. I don't know. However, I look at the front of this box and I can't help but think that they're trying to plug a fighting game. What the box looks like, it literally looks like it's like a fighting screen, like where they have a picture of the combatants that are about to fight, like Mortal Kombat, basically. That's the impression I get when I see the front of this box. It does not really seem like the images fit what the game is that they're trying to sell, even though the game's not even fucking out yet, and nobody knows when that game's getting fucking released. The one thing I will say that I do appreciate, though, if you look at the bottom, and I know it's kind of cut off, you can't see it, but the bottom of the box, it has a picture of Starscream and Bumblebee. But they also have not only the primary mode, but the alt modes. I fucking like that. It's like right next to each other. It gives, they do that kind of like on the back also with everything, but they don't do it on the front. I like it when they do that. That's something I can actually give them credit for. But like I said, overall, the box is just generic. And one thing I also do not like is that it does not say what class they are. So I'm guessing Starscream is a Voyager class. And then we have Bumblebee, and he's most likely deluxe class. Outside, when you get the contents removed from the box itself, there are 4 accessories total. You have the 2 null rays for Starscream, and you have apparently 2 little SMGs for Bumblebee. But we're not talking about Bumblebee today. I'm talking about Starscream. Bumblebee will get his own review in time. But, so, when it comes to the accessories for Starscream, the null rays, I actually have to say, I think that these null rays look a lot better than the null rays that actually comes with the Earthrise and Seeker, and with the Earthrise and Siege figures. It just looks like that this is literally plopped on the side of his arm, whereas the null rays for this guy actually looks like they kind of spring out of his forearm and then extend. I like that. I like that a lot. Even though I'm giving this, Hasbro a lot of shit for this figure, they did do that pretty good. I like that. I would hope that this is actually going to be something that they go forward with in the future, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, so that is about it. The only other thing really I want to talk about is I made fun of it when I first saw it, and I'm going to make fun of it again. I am not a fan of this fucking patchwork coloring that they did of Starscream. I heard the whole argument, well, they rebuilt him. Well, it looks fucking shitty. I'm sorry to say. There is potential there, but for some reason, it just doesn't look right. I'm not sure what it is. I'm a fan of asymmetrical, things. Back when I had Ninja Turtles from the 1980s, a lot of the characters, their features were asymmetrical. So I'm fine with that, but for some reason, I just look at this guy, and it just doesn't seem right. I'm not sure why. It looks weird. Maybe it's because, we've been so used to Transformers for so long. At least the ones that I have, they all seem to be pretty symmetrical. What you expect on one side, you're going to get on the other. This guy that they tried to do some fucking hokey-pokey patchwork, and it just doesn't look right. And neither Optimus Prime or Soundwave, now I have the box, it's like right up there. Nor does Bumblebee have the same fucking patchwork. So I'm going to buy the game when it comes out, and I'm going to want to find out why they did this to Starscream, because I'll be honest, I'm just not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of it at all. But that is about it for the unboxing. When I return, I will be I'm going to be covering the converting, but I did not convert it. I'm going to talk about something else though, so stay tuned, and I will be right back.
Stand right up, stand up for who you are. You got to do it right now. The census means more money for our neighborhood. The counts for clinics, schools, and jobs is gonna do you some good.
When the census counts you, you count for a better future. Answer the census.
Stand right up, stand up.
So, what's it like when a Skittles rainbow kicks in?
Strawberry.
Lemon, squeeze it. Lime, juicy.
Skittles, now in 3 new flavors: Wildberry, Tart and Tangy, and Tropical.
Okay, so we are back, and oh crap, hold on. There it goes. So, I did not convert this figure at all. I just did not feel the need to convert it. I just did not. So basically, my entire review is just going to focus based on the primary mode. And one of the major things that this, figure a flaw that this figure has, it's hard to see, but I thought that for some reason that the arms would clip into the chest, for transformation. It doesn't. It just literally bumps up against the chest. I thought I had to push it in, but I don't think I can. I'm afraid to even try. It doesn't look like it's actually designed to clip into the chest. So basically, you just have kind of like a free floating arm, and I'm not a fan of that. It should clip in. That is a major fucking flaw when it comes to this figure. Other than that, like I said, since I did not convert this figure, I can't really say that there's anything wrong with converting. The only issue I have, like I said, and it isn't just this arm. Both arms don't seem to clip in. They just seem to kind of bump up against the body itself. and I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all. And it even looks worse if you have the shoulder pads kind of tilted downwards, because you can literally see a huge gaping kind of little bit of a slot where it looks like it should go into the body, but it doesn't. I'm not sure if I'm doing it wrong, but I spent hours trying to get this thing to tab in. I don't know if it's meant to, or if it's just supposed to kind of sit against the body, but if it's designed to just sit against the body, Hasbro fucking failed on that end. Why would you do that? Any sort of tugging or anything will cause it to literally just come to basically shift downwards, and it's ugly. It's fucking ugly. But yeah, so that is all really to say. I didn't, like I said, I didn't convert it. I just didn't feel the need to. If you wanted to convert this, then you can. It's just not for me. But that is it for the converting. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with the review.
The Power Glove for your NES. Now you and the games are one. Glove. Everything else is child's play.
Snack shop, you make it all with Super Dough and Snack Shop. Hamburger patties, here comes the bun.
Ketchup and mustard, oh what fun. Snack Shop, doop doop, Snack Shop.
Snack Shop with Super Dough from Tyco.
Alright, so time for the review. Basically, normally the way I would do this is I would do a positive, the negative, and the pet peeves. So let's get to that. Let's start off, as always, with the positive. We'll try to work our way into the negatives, and boy, are there a shit ton of those. So for the positives, I love one of the saving graces that this figure has is the null rays. I love how they're molded. They literally look like that they spring out of the gauntlets, and then the barrel extends. I fucking like that. I hope that is something they do in the future, but I highly doubt it. But it looks logical, I guess you could say. That a robot would have, this like as a compartmentalized. So basically, instead of just constantly carrying it on the side of his arms, he would be fine, and then all of a sudden, the main panel would spring up, and then the barrel would come out. I love that. I like that a lot. Like I said, I wish that this would be something Hasbro would do in the future, but I highly doubt it. Even though I hate the asymmetrical gimmick that this figure has, the patchwork that they did, I do feel that it has potential if it is done correctly. Like I said, I love the asymmetrical look of some of the old 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Some figures, would have, like, if I remember correctly, like the Rat King would have a rat on one leg and the other leg was fine. Or he had pieces of his clothing that was torn on one end, but on the other side it was not. I can understand that, so I am willing to give the asymmetrical look, even though I hate it on this figure. If they want to continue it, I'm pretty sure it could be refined to look even better. Now, the one thing I can never figure out is, for some reason, they released this set, even though it's a video game, they kept it separate from the Gamer Edition line of Studio Series. The Gamer Edition is basically, all the video games that are about Transformers. So far we have Fall of Cybertron right now. It's either Fall or War for Cybertron. I can't remember exactly which. But for some reason, they decided to keep this set separate, as if they're trying to tell everybody, oh no, these are the better figures. These are the better figures. I'll be honest, it's not. It's not. I haven't really gotten my hands around Bumblebee yet, and I haven't got to the other two. But just from my initial, interactions with Starscream, this thing is a suitable substitute for Gamer Edition. But if you are to have, Gamer Edition and then this set, go with Gamer Edition. Just go with them. That is about it for the positive. There is not much here. I am sorry. I know people love this figure. I do not know why. Now here we go. We have a shit ton of negatives. Number 1, open hands. I fucking hate open hands. Open hands are prone to stressing, especially if you were to put larger size weapons, the grips into these hands, because with the hand not being one solid piece, it allows the hands to stretch, which fucks up holding weapons in the future. The figure looks dead. I mean, for some reason, you can look at a Transformer, and yes, they're all toys, they're all plastic, but it seems like there's just something that Hasbro can do, like, say, with this guy. It has like a little thing of flicker of life in it that makes you can look at it and see, yeah, that's Starscream, and everything. This thing, I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but this thing looks fucking dead. If they wanted to release a line of Transformers based on a video game where the Transformers are dead, congratulations, you fucking did that. You did it. But I actually like my figures to have a look of life to them. This thing looks fucking dead. It looks dead. It's difficult to explain. But it just looks like I'm fucking holding a corpse in my hand. The texture of the plastic makes it feel cheap. Even though there is not that much in the way of hollow spots, the plastic itself feels very cheap when compared to something like this guy. I'm under the belief that you could tell how the quality of the plastic is by touching it. I'm holding this thing and it feels shoddy, to be honest. It feels shoddy. The box lacks in any originality. It literally doesn't even the back. It doesn't even explain the game at all. You literally get the stock photos, the conversion amount of steps. It also has a couple scenes from the game. I think they're fake scenes, to be honest. But no bios, no nothing. Literally, this is supposed to be something special. It's supposed to be, this is supposed to be about a new game coming out, and they couldn't even give you the bare minimum for information for the game. Okay, the arms don't seem to tab into the body itself, and I already talked about that. It just seems that the arms literally kind of bump up against the body itself. I like things to clip in. Is that a bad thing, I'm just not a fan of that. Let's see here. I think honestly these figures. Now I still got to open up Optimus Prime and Soundwave, and then I also got to take a look at Bumblebee. But I think that these figures are a victim of being overhyped, to be honest. I look at these figures, or this figure at least so far, and I don't see $62 worth of my investment here. I'm sorry, I do not. And honestly, the longer that this game is in development hell, the worse feeling I get. I'm wondering if these figures were pushed out just as a way to, recoup some money, because I don't think that game's coming out. Hell, we're still in the beginning of the year, and we are already hearing news about Transformers 1 and the associated toy line. We got these toys first, and we still don't even have any information about the game. Not a release date, not a Q2 date, not a Q3 date, not a Q4 date. Hell, not even a fucking Q1 or 2 of 2025. This game, I feel, is on, as of right now, I think it's honestly dead on arrival. I don't think it's even going to be released. So they're like, fuck it, we gotta make money off of this somehow. Get these figures out, and that's why they came out as soon as they did. Let's see here. I feel that these figures should have been released with the game itself, or when the game came out, I should say. Hasbro has recently had a habit of moving back or even canceling pre-orders because for one reason or another. Recently, several figures have been delayed that were part of Legacy and I think Studio Series. I can't recall what it was, but I think I covered it in the Transformer news a few weeks ago. So if they don't have a problem moving back or canceling some pre-orders, there was no reason for them to hold off on getting these guys out. I would have waited, another year for these figures to come out if they had time to finish developing it and also have the game come out at the same goddamn time. What is the point of releasing tied-in content with a video game if the video game doesn't even have a fucking like a Q2 or Q3 date? I'd be happy if they literally said coming Q4 2024. I've been like, at least we now have an idea when this game is coming out. We have nothing. We don't even have a fucking Q at all. Yeah. No goddamn bios for these characters. But then again, that's something that's pretty common nowadays. But you would think that at least for something as major as a game release, they would give like at least a one fucking sentence bio for this guy. Starscream was found dead in a junk pile. They fixed him. Fine, at least that's something. But nothing. We don't even get that. No goddamn game information on box. Nope, you get nothing. I'll be honest, I feel that this is a bait and switch. I think they're going to cancel that game and basically that this is the only thing we're going to get. We're going to get a whole bunch of shitty figures and no game to really tie it all together. And I'll be honest, I'm just overall disappointed with how the Reactivate product line and the game has basically been held, or treated or handled or whatever, Like I said, I think that they know that the game is in bad shape, or even if it's still being developed. I wouldn't put it past Hasbro and Splash Damage, because they're the ones that made the game. I wouldn't put it past them to just quietly scrap the game, hope that they can sell as many of these fucking figures as possible, and then just pray that everybody forgets about the game. Okay, so that is it for my review. Like I said, it's not positive. It's not positive. There are 3 positives and a shit ton of negatives. So stay tuned and I'll be right back with my final thoughts.
We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, what I wouldn't do to get super chocolatey pebbles from you know who. I'm a chocolate space cadet. Life support system down to 0 cocoa. Feeling spacey.
Have some of my cocoa pebbles. Very chocolatey.
Smells cocolicious. Tastes cocolectable.
Bonnie!
Uh-oh, time for the Pebble Space Walk.
Post Cocoa Pebble cereal. Part of this nutritious breakfast. Yabba dabba delicious.
So, let's recap. So, basically, I did my introduction. I then unveiled to show you guys what I was going to be reviewing. I then talked about the unboxing. I talked about the issue with the arms not settling in or clipping to the body itself for stability. I gave you my review. It is now time for my final thoughts. Overall, for $62.99, so roughly, let's say $31.75, roughly, or $31.50 or whatever. Honestly, I cannot endorse this figure. Even though I'm saying I cannot endorse it, doesn't mean that you cannot buy it. I'm just not a fan of it. The figure has its positives. Like I said, I love the way that the null rays are molded. There is potential for the asymmetrical paint job, and if you don't have Gamer Edition, this would be a suitable substitute. But oh my god, all the fucking negatives. If it isn't the issue with the box being overly generic, it is. If it is an issue with the box being overly generic, it's just how awful this product line has been handled. We have we have a product, and there's no news at all about the game that these products are based around. Am I the only one that's feeling a little bit of concern here? This game was announced, 2 years ago? And we didn't even see anything when it came to the last Video Games Awards. There was nothing there. But we have these figures. I just have a feeling something bad is going to happen. And if it does, then I'm right. If I'm wrong, then I'll say I'm wrong. But yeah, so it's just like I said. If it isn't the figure being undercooked, basically, the box is garbage. The product has been handled piss poorly. Because, the plastic feels like shit. There's just a lot of negatives. But like I said, if you like asymmetrical Transformers, you'll like this. If you like Transformers that take a different look of a core character, you'll like this. And if you like getting products that are tied into a video game, you'll most likely like this. I just wish we had a little bit more information about why Starscream ended up the way he did. We have nothing. So take that for what it is. But that is about it, ladies and gentlemen. I gave you my thoughts. I'm not telling you to buy this toy or not. I want you to make your own informed decision. I just want you to hear what I have to say. As always, if you liked what you watched, feel free to click on that subscribe button. I have Twitter/X. You can reach me at GCurseTF, or you can shoot me an email at gcursetfcollection@gmail.com. The links will be in the description below, or the info will be in the description below. Next week, I am actually going to not review Bumblebee yet, because this is a two-pack. I'm actually going to review a figure that, I'm excited about. So you'll find out what it is next Sunday. So stay tuned, and I'll see you all next week. My name is Jeff, a.k.a. GCurse. Wishing you all a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out.
The action was blazing in Zelda. The adventure was a blast with Link. Now experience Guardian Legend. Guardian Legend, the most action-packed adventure of all time. Killer crabs, mutant lobsters, secret passages, spectacular transformations, shooting cyclops, deadly jaws, exploding anemones, devious traps, unlimited firepower, a large choice of weapons, and more action than you ever thought possible. Guardian Legend for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Last time, Lucky went into the jungle
to hide me Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms are too marshmallowy delicious to hide from us.
Wow, marshmallow hearts, stars, moons,
Clovers, diamonds, horseshoes,
and even red balloons.
A fun part of our complete breakfast!
Magic marshmallows help me hide. Send me on another balloon ride. At least I've still got one box of me Lucky Charms.
Gotcha, Lucky!